I'm sitting at my computer and I'm doing a Google search because I'm looking for Australia's #1 ranking university. And I'm expecting to find all of the usual suspects: University of Melbourne, the University of Queensland, maybe University of Sydney or ANU. And I suddenly get a huge surprise because the results that I come up with, it's definitely not what I'm expecting.
How good is this?
Yeah, it's awesome.
The question of rankings is far more complicated than it seems. On the surface, most people, when they think about rankings, look at like the global rankings. And when you look at the global rankings, the University of Melbourne comes out at #1 out of all of the Australian universities. But did you know that when it comes to student satisfaction, the University of Melbourne is actually one of the lowest ranking institutions in the country? Why? Well, because it's an enormous institution where students are expected to be far more independent. So when it comes to rankings, the question that you need to ask, and you always need to ask, is what am I actually looking for? When it comes to graduate employment rates and starting salaries, this institution right here, Sturt University, is generally the #1 institution in the country. 95 to 96% of graduates walking out of this institution have a job within 4 months of finishing their degree. That compares to a national average, which is way lower than that, like 80% or below. And so if getting a job is the #1 criteria for you, studying at a place like Sturt might be the best option. The starting salaries are also really high. Sturt is either #1 in the country or very close to it on the year-on-year rankings. So always look at the detail. If student satisfaction is more important to you and an intimate student experience where you're in a smaller class and you've got better access to teachers, maybe you don't want to be at one of the big prestigious top-ranking universities. You want to be at a smaller institution like Bond or Notre Dame, or you want to be at a place like Sturt where you've got better access to teachers and you're more integrated in a smaller community. So always look at the details of the rankings because the answers that you're looking for might actually surprise you.